Hey, now we're inside SRI and Starcrist Steel and Aluminum here in Mooresville, and we're the guy who got it all started here, Greg Fernelli. And Greg, you know you've arrived when you got your own dinner entree named after yourself over at Red Rocks, right? Yeah,
Red Rocks. Ron Herbert's a good friend of mine, and Ron does a real good job of supporting the motorsports industry. He's good friends with a lot of drivers and just industry people in general. So a lot of people hang out there, and it's kind of neat having my name on the menu. My daughter loves it.
And she eats it. She likes it.
Exactly right. That's right.
Good deal. Well, tell everybody watching Cruise Control TV tonight about how Starcrist Steel and Aluminum and SRI began back in 1996. You're from Kansas City, so you're not in the homegrown NASCAR country.
Yeah. Born and raised in Kansas City, and it's growing up in Kansas City, I was a huge sports fan, mostly stick and balls, football, baseball, basketball stuff. Never really was a big race fan. I mean, I always knew it was out there, and I enjoyed watching it when I could, drag racing as well and stock car racing, but never that huge fan. And when I moved out here, took a job to work at a small steel company that had some opportunity for some management and growth. I enjoy the steel industry. I got into the steel industry because my father, he was a retired steel worker, but blue collar guy working in the trenches. And I always had, from very little, I had an entrepreneurial spirit in me. I always was trying little businesses and doing little things on the side. So went to work in the restaurant field. That didn't work out too well. I'm better at going to restaurants than managing them, I think. So I said, what the heck, I'll try the steel thing, since my dad knew some people in the industry. So went to work for a place called Ryerson Steel, big steel service center in Kansas City, actually all over the world, and a really good training ground. And went there, and they offered a continued education program. So went ahead and got my master's, went to night school, got an MBA. And once I got that master's, I was kind of equipped with that. Now back in my head, I'm thinking, well, now I'll be able to help me on an entrepreneurial basis having that master's, because I did learn a lot. Didn't learn much as an undergrad, but learned a lot in the grad school. So one of the offers that came up was a steel company in Charlotte, North Carolina. And it was a company that sold primarily large alloy round bars, which, just a type of bar. And that's pretty much the niche business it was. And it was this pretty neat little company, small company. And what kind of made that a good spot for me, I thought, was the management was ready to get out. They were kind of going to groom me to get in there and become manager and get some ownership in that. So that's kind of what I was after. So did that, moved to Charlotte, and I as an outside salesman. And what I usually like to do, I love the cold call, something I really was into. And I would, for a round bar, they go on a lathe, and you turn the round bar on a lathe, and it makes chips. Mm-hmm. Chips go in a barrel, and the barrels go behind the buildings, and that's, so I would drive around. If I saw an industrial building, I'd drive around back and see if I saw a barrel full of chips. And so that would, pique my interest to go knock on the door. So anyway, one day I'm driving down 29, and I see Lowe's Motor Speedway. And, it's an impressive sight. Anybody that's seen, I guess it's Charlotte Motor Speedway now, but anybody that sees that, it's like, wow. So that day I was like, holy mackerel. So I drove in there and looked around and got in that van. I don't know if you guys ever done it, but there's a van with some, 70-year-old guy that drives you around, and it's pretty fun to do. So I did that.
That guy's a friend of ours.
Is he really? Yeah, I love it, man. What a great job, that guy. He's a great storyteller, too.
He is.
So I did that.
Stan, if you're watching, Greg just said you're great. We know you're great.
And it was a great day, and I enjoyed it. So after that, I was like, just kind of take the day and piddle around. I went over to Hendrick Motorsports. I saw Hendrick and, toured around there. And on my way out of Hendrick, I said, what the heck, I'll drive around back. And I drove around back, and what did I see but a barrel full of chips.
Now, Greg, how do you go from this barrel full of chips to what you got here now?
Well, I went in the door. It took me a while to get in, and finally got to meet the guy over at Hendrick named Sarge, and he told me it's kind of tough for them to buy steel, and the reason that being is, most steel companies big steel companies that are in Charlotte, all the biggies are here. They like a customer who buys a whole lot of a few things, and it's just easier to handle all that stuff. Well, race teams buy a little bit of a ton of different stuff. So you got good customers out there, but they're tough customers. You buy one of these and two of those and four of those, and the variety of products is so wide. It's just a huge, wide product. So it's tough for a big steel company to do that. So I thought to myself, well, if somebody could just concentrate, on these whole products, it could have a little niche business there, and that's kind of what we did. And I started with the company I worked for, but my boss thought it wasn't going too well, and he was right. In the back of my head, I thought, man, this might be something if someone did it just by themselves, it could be a little business to be had.
Well, obviously, it's worked pretty well for you. And one thing I definitely want people watching Cruise Control TV to know, you have the big customers here at Starcrist Steel and Aluminum and SRI or Hendrick Motorsports, Roush Fenway Racing. But you local guys, they need to call you too, because if you want to win up front, you've got what they need.
That's exactly right. And that's our favorite customer is the little guys. I mean, we really concentrate our inventory levels, our customer service, our pricing structure is geared towards the little guy. We've got, I love, 100 little guys just as much as I love one big guy. It works for us really well.
Well, hey, Greg, let's go check out what it is that you're going to be looking for when you need that big steel purchase here at SRI and Starcrist Steel and Aluminum. Hey, we're here in the warehouse now, and Greg, I just had to do this, man. I found this big piece of steel, and this looks like something you'd pole vault with. Describe to people watching what actually is this used
That's
for?
probably, that could even be a steering column material there, 3/4 120. Literally everything in here goes on a car somewhere, well, other than the big structural tube, which the good thing about race teams too is, not only do they build cars, but they build their own tables, their own benches, their own, they build everything. So you can get it all here. Again, we're trying to really concentrate on the one-stop shop, but pretty much all of our inventory is geared towards motorsports, whether it be, late model stock, dirt car racing, all the way up to Sprint Cup racing. Everything in here is geared towards motorsports.
And what's going to be the advantage, Greg, for somebody who comes in here and gets their material versus going and buying an already made cage or body?
Well, gosh, there's so many advantages, but the biggest thing being, I think, is service. Again, I've got experience with big steel companies, and they not only do they not give you service when you walk in, they hate will calls. So we love somebody that walks in. You walk in the door here, you get treated like you are a Sprint Cup team. We stop what we're doing, someone will personally greet you, send you out here in the warehouse. Again, we love the small customer. He's great for us, and the small customers love us. It really is working out well. Sure, if someone, as you know, in this day and age, it's all cost savings, and if you're able to do that work yourself, the cost savings you get from buying the material from us and doing your own work is phenomenal. It's just crazy. We look at people who buy metal from us and turn around and resell things, and we know they make a lot of money on it because the steel we sell is cheap.
And you don't hold it against them?
No, heck no, we love it. Are you kidding me?
Hey, Starcrist Steel and Aluminum, and next we're going to go see the SR side of the business. And Greg, where we're at now is the newer part of the company. It started out just Starcrist Steel and Aluminum, and then SRI was born. Why?
Well, you get to a point in a business where you get that growth stages out of the way, and your service and customers always looking for new business at Starcrist Steel. But I thought to myself, okay, what do we do next? Do I look for new customers to buy the product mix we have at Starcrist Steel? So go after different industries that use the same products, or maybe look at new products to sell to our existing market. With the motorsports industry, the barrier to entry is pretty high. These guys, it takes a little bit of time before you get their trust and you get their, to get their business.
Oh, yeah.
We got that. So I thought, well, it's probably a better idea to find different products to sell to that market because, they know us, they like us, and, like every other industry, they want a one-stop shop.
Convenience.
They can, exactly right, convenience. So we decided to go that way. Instead of starting from scratch, I had an opportunity. SRI was a already established business, a little bit struggling. They had a wonderful sales staff and good employees, just a little bit struggling on the business side of the aspect. So it was a great opportunity. I was able to get into that business and again, just kind of take it over and try to turn it around. But with the resources we had as far as employees, it was an easy job to fix. And that's been a wonderful acquisition, and it's a great thing. Our customers love it. One-stop shop.
And one part of that business, too, at SRI is fasteners. What are the different types of fasteners that you guys provide here, Greg?
Fasteners is a great business for us, but it's a small part of it. SRI is a huge mix of shop supplies, most fab shop supplies, engine shop supplies, paint shop supplies, adhesives, abrasives, and like you said, fasteners. We have pop rivets, cam locks, every nut and bolt imaginable. And it's a great little area. Again, the supply side of the business is wonderful.
And you can get a look for yourself. Go to sri-supplies.com online. Hey, this has been a blast. Luckily, I didn't injure myself or nobody else, Greg.
That's right.
Thanks for letting us come in here and check out what's happening at SRI and Starcrist Steel and Aluminum.
Britt, thank you so much for coming. I appreciate what you guys do. You got a great show going on, and I hope you continue success for you guys in the new year.
Well, absolutely, same to you here in 2010. And whatever you need, as we already discussed with Greg, if you're in racing, you got to get to know the folks right here online, sri-supplies.com. We're going to break on Cruise Control TV. Don't go away.